observe people doing it. And in your opinion, are citizens aware that this is in your professional opinion that they can't be stopped for that?
That is my opinion. People know the laws. Unfortunately, sometimes better than the officers themselves. So they know the laws and they understand that they can't be stopped for it. And they purposely do it, I think, for that reason.
Well, thank you. And I assume that it's got to be frustrating for police officers like Representative Howard and yourself to observe it, know it's a safety risk, and yet not being able to do anything about it. You're nodding, so I'm assuming you agree with me.
I do agree with you. It is frustrating. It's more frustrating because we have a lot of citizens. We go to a lot of community events. We had community policing um, meetings, and they voice their opinions, and they're frustrated with it as well. So we're not the only ones frustrated with it. Your local citizens throughout the state of Connecticut are also upset with this.
Thank you. My last question, Mr. Chair, is this. If you've said that with some blood tests have been taken and there's been accidents, I'm just curious if you're getting I worked with probation. I took the fun part of the job, a lot of urine tests, but so there's certain levels of THC, and I'm sure, are they appearing in some of the tests?
I don't know off the top of my hand. I know on one fatal motor vehicle accident, it did appear that we had in Meriden probably a couple of years ago. It did appear in that.
Well, I certainly appreciate you coming up and testifying. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Um, Senator Winfield.
Mine is just to clarify, because I just want to be sure I heard what you just said. You said that you believe that the people of the state know the laws better than the police?
I believe that the individuals in the state of Connecticut are very aware of their laws here in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, my question was, did you say that you believe that the people of the state know the laws better than the police?
I did state that, but it's making a reference to the individuals in the state of Connecticut themselves, knowing the laws very well.
That's a little bit shocking to me, because I encounter folks all the time who have no idea what the laws of this state are. But I just wanted to clarify that's what you actually said. Thank you.
Chief, let me just ask. So I think it's important just sort of to consider kind of the interplay, right? And that's oftentimes we look at these bills, we look at them in isolation, but we got to look sort of at the overall penal code and how stuff fits together. So if I've got somebody driving down the street today, state of Connecticut, and officer pulls up behind them, and they smell what they believe to be the smell of cannabis. They observe what they believe to be is a joint in the person's hand, and the person has an easy pass on their windshield. Can the officer pull that car over?
Easy pass on the window obstructing
Just
the
an
view.
easy pass sitting there underneath the rear view mirror. Can the officer pull that car over?
Technically, he could.
Okay, so same scenario. Somebody driving down the road smoking what they believe to be cannabis. There's believe what's a joint in their hand, and they've got a frame around their license plate that says the college they went to that's obstructing the word Connecticut. Can that car get pulled over?
If it's obstructing the license plate, he could be pulled over, yes.
Okay. So what about you've got a car driving down the road again? Maybe you don't smell cannabis, but maybe somebody's got something in their hand that you think might be a joint. And all of a sudden they start slowing down and then speeding up, and then slowing down and then speeding up. Can that car get pulled over?
If he's going over the speed limit, yes, he could be pulled over.
Okay. What if they started to veer across the line?
Yes, they could be pulled over for veering across the line.
See, because I just think, look, I honestly, I don't have a huge problem with the language before us. I think it's, frankly, I'm not sure it's necessary. I think it's sort of existing law. I think we know there are 600 some odd equipment violations that car can be pulled over for. We know a car can be pulled over at any time because somebody's believed to be driving erratically, you know, maybe they roll through a stop sign. I think, I think this notion that sort of a car can't be stopped when a cop, quote unquote, knows somebody is smoking cannabis, I don't buy it. You know, I think that there are so many other reasons the car can be pulled over. So the language before us, I guess where I'm at is I don't necessarily see a problem with it because I think, like I said, it's already law. I mean, there's so many reasons that a car can be pulled over when a officer believes they smell cannabis. It might not say in the statute book you believe you smell cannabis, but let's face it. I mean, the cop can find a reason to stop a car if they want to stop a car. So you know, I guess maybe that's more comment than a question to you, but maybe I'll put it to you. I mean, why am I wrong? I mean, why is this particular language necessary given sort of all those other reasons that a car can be stopped?
So I'll give you the main reason. It's to protect individuals, other citizens, other motorists. It's to improve public safety. Our goal is to stop operators who may be under the influence before an incident occurs. So why wait for a violation when we could actually pull the individual over when we see this and also smell it?
I hear you, and I think that sounds good. What I guess what I'm saying is I think it's probably a